Imagine two people. Both receive a raise of $500 every month. The first person immediately upgrades their apartment, finances a newer car, orders food more often, starts buying expensive clothes because they finally deserve it. 6 months later, that raise has disappeared. Not because they lost it, because their lifestyle expanded to absorb it. Now imagine someone else. They receive the exact same raise. Instead of changing everything, they continue living almost exactly as before. Not forever, just long enough to create breathing room. Slowly, savings grow. Debt shrinks. Investments begin. A few years later, those two people live completely different financial lives. Not because of intelligence, not because of luck. Because one increased their lifestyle faster than their wealth. The other increased their wealth before their lifestyle. Psychologists even have a name for this: hedonic adaptation. Humans quickly get used to improvements. The new phone becomes normal. The nicer apartment becomes ordinary. The salary increase becomes expected. Then we start chasing the next improvement. The finish line keeps moving. That's why more income often feels surprisingly temporary. Why low salaries can actually teach powerful money habits. I know that sounds strange. Nobody wants financial struggle. And I'm not romanticizing it. Financial stress is real. It affects sleep, relationships, mental health. But there's an unexpected lesson hidden inside limited income. Scarcity forces awareness. When money is limited, every decision becomes visible. Every purchase has weight. Every subscription matters. Every impulse has consequences. Contrast that with someone earning a very high salary. They can accidentally waste hundreds every month without noticing. Their mistakes are simply more expensive. Ironically, many people who later become financially secure say their strongest money habits came from periods when they had very little. They learned to ask different questions. Do I actually need this? Will this matter next month? Is this solving a real problem, or just today's emotions? Eventually, those questions become automatic. That's when money starts working differently. Most people believe a salary has only one purpose: to pay the bills. Rent, groceries, transportation, maybe a few things you enjoy. Then the month ends, another paycheck arrives, and the cycle repeats. But that's exactly how most people stay financially stuck. Because they were never taught what a salary is actually capable of. Here's the truth. Your salary isn't just money you earn. It's your first financial tool. Used one way, it keeps you working for the rest of your life. Used another way, it quietly builds assets, opportunities, and eventually, wealth. The surprising part is that this has very little to do with how much you earn. It has everything to do with how you use what you already have. That's why today, I'm not going to give you the same advice you've probably heard 100 times. Instead, I'm going to share practical strategies and mindset shifts that can help you turn even a modest salary into something much bigger over time. Let's start with the first one. Rule number 1. Pay your future self. First, most people save whatever is left at the end of the month. The problem is, nothing is usually left. Instead, reverse the process. The day your salary arrives, move 10% or 20% somewhere you don't normally touch. A savings account, an investment account, a retirement account. Anywhere that creates a small barrier before spending. Let's say you earn $700. Saving $70 doesn't feel exciting, but after 1 year, that's $840. After 5 years, you've saved over $4,000 before investment growth. The amount isn't what changes your life. The habit does. Because someone who automatically saves 10% when earning $700 will probably keep saving when they earn $2,000. Rule number 2, increase your savings. Every time you get a raise, imagine you receive a $200 monthly raise. Most people spend the entire $200. Instead, pretend the raise never happened. Invest $120. Enjoy the remaining $80. You still improved your lifestyle, but you also improved your future. This single habit can build hundreds of thousands of dollars over a working career. Not because you're making sacrifices forever, because you're sharing every raise between today's happiness and tomorrow's freedom. Rule number 3. Build skills that raise your income. There's a limit to how much you can save. There's almost no limit to how much you can earn over time. If your salary is low, your biggest investment might not be stocks. It might be yourself. Learning Excel, sales, coding, graphic design, public speaking, negotiation, digital marketing, AI tools, project management, languages. These skills can increase your income far more than cutting small expenses. Imagine spending 6 months learning a skill that earns an extra $300 every month. That's an extra $3,600 every year. And unlike skipping coffee, that income can keep growing. Wealth usually accelerates when you combine saving with increasing your earning power. One of the biggest financial traps is trying to appear successful before becoming successful. Luxury phones, designer clothes, expensive watches, financed cars. They're often bought with borrowed money. Real wealth usually looks surprisingly ordinary. Many millionaires drive reliable cars, live below their means, avoid unnecessary debt. They don't spend money to impress strangers. They spend money to buy freedom. That's a completely different mindset. Rule number 4, stop buying monthly payments. Most people don't realize they're collecting bills. Netflix, Spotify, gym memberships they rarely use, cloud storage, apps, phone upgrades, car loans, furniture financing. Every monthly payment steals a little flexibility from future paychecks. Imagine having 10 subscriptions. None feel expensive. Together, they're costing hundreds every month. That's money that could have been invested instead. Before buying anything, ask one question. Is this a one-time purchase or a permanent monthly bill? That question alone can save thousands over time. Rule number 5. Build an emergency fund. Before investing aggressively. This sounds boring, but it's one of the smartest financial moves. Without emergency savings, every unexpected expense becomes debt. Your car breaks down. Credit card, medical bill, credit card, job loss, credit card. Then interest starts working against you instead of for you. Even having 3 months of expenses saved creates something money rarely gets credit for. Peace. Now your investments don't have to be sold during emergencies. Your financial plan survives bad months. Rule number 6. Invest early, even if it's only a small amount. People often believe investing only matters when you have lots of money. Actually, time matters more than amount. Imagine 2 friends. One invests $100 every month starting at age 25. The other waits until age 35 but invests twice as much. Surprisingly, the person who started earlier can still end up with more money because compound growth had more time to work. Compound interest rewards patience more than perfection. That's why starting small is often smarter than waiting for the perfect time. Rule number 7. Don't try to look rich. One of the biggest financial traps is trying to appear successful before becoming successful. Luxury phones, designer clothes, expensive watches, financed cars. They're often bought with borrowed money. Real wealth usually looks surprisingly ordinary. Many millionaires drive reliable cars, live below their means, avoid unnecessary debt. They don't spend money to impress strangers. They spend money to buy freedom. That's a completely different mindset. Rule number 8. Create a second income stream. A low salary doesn't have to remain your only income forever. Even earning an extra $200 to $500 each month can completely change your financial future. You could freelance, tutor, sell digital products, edit videos, write online, offer design services, manage social media, repair electronics, teach music. The goal isn't working every waking hour. The goal is creating income that doesn't depend entirely on one employer. Over time, that second income can become investments. Then those investments create passive income. Small streams eventually become a river. Rule number 9. Spend based on values, not emotions. Most bad spending happens when emotions are high. Stress, loneliness, boredom, celebration, frustration, money becomes emotional relief. Instead, pause. Wait 24 hours before buying anything expensive. You'll be surprised how many purchases disappear once emotions settle. This isn't about deprivation. It's about making sure your money solves real problems instead of temporary feelings. Rule number 10. Think in years, not months. This is probably the biggest mindset shift. Most people judge financial progress after 30 days. Wealth isn't built in 30 days. It's built over thousands of ordinary days. If your investments grow slowly this year, that's okay. If your emergency fund takes 2 years, that's okay. If your salary increases gradually, that's okay. Financial success often looks boring while it's happening. Then one day, people call you lucky. If you're earning a low salary today, I don't want you to leave this video feeling guilty. I want you to leave feeling clear. Because wealth isn't reserved for people who started with perfect circumstances. It's often built by people who refuse to let a small paycheck define the rest of their lives. Every paycheck gives you a choice. Spend everything and start over next month. Or keep a small piece of today's income working for tomorrow. Some months that piece might be $20. Other months it might be $200. Both matter. Because wealth isn't created by one giant decision. It's created by thousands of quiet decisions that almost nobody notices. The truth is, becoming rich on a low salary won't happen overnight. It won't happen because of one investment, one side hustle, or one lucky break. It happens because you consistently earn, save, invest, learn new skills, and avoid the mistakes that keep so many people trapped in the same financial cycle. Your income may decide where you begin, but your habits, your patience, and your ability to keep improving yourself often decide where you finish. And if you start today, even with a small salary, you might be much closer to financial freedom than you think. Remember, your current salary only tells you what you're earning today. It doesn't tell you what you'll be earning next year or 5 years from now. Your future income depends far more on the decisions you make from this point forward than the number printed on your latest paycheck. So don't underestimate where you are today. Some of the wealthiest people in the world didn't start with extraordinary incomes. They started by making ordinary decisions consistently, long before anyone noticed. Your journey won't look exactly like theirs, and it doesn't need to. Just keep moving in the right direction. Because becoming rich isn't about making one perfect decision. It's about making better decisions, one paycheck at a time.